Well, good evening, folks, wherever you may be. Welcome to the Big O. This is track one, and you are about to see Bear City taking on Calgary Roller Derby. We should have a really good matchup here. Both of these teams coming in are very, very strong. I am the king, and I am with Chloroform Cupcakes. And we're going to get this underway here in just a few short minutes. But first, we're going to do some rosters. Cakes, what do you got?
So, for Bear City, they will be skating in a burgundy-colored jersey. The Berlin Bombshells are 030 Jane Van Payne, 109 Amazon, 112 Polly Trauma, 114 Freddie Mercury, 166 Sabi Smackdown, number 180 Miss Sophie, 190 Peanut Butter Panic, number 2 Master Blaster, number 23 60 Blitz, 247 Catherine Beater Bones, number 25 is Mia Missile, 666 Hannah Satana, number 713 Christy Hukavoy.
All right, and for Calgary Roller Derby, you've got 92 Baby Slice, you got 10 Maclash, 12 Ruthless Red, 19 KT, 238 Preacher Slaughter, 30 Zoe Duncan, 302 Easy Break Oven, 314 Bazinga, 42 Norwegian Blue, 44 Engage, 51 Harley Havoc, 577 Roland Blackout, 747 Renault, 82 Kiki Tiki Bang Bang, and 934 Hillary Boswell.
And our officials this evening, Switzerland, Nora Leaf, Doling It Out, Locomotive, Derby Sanchez, Alcoholic, Terabyte, Extra Crispy, Scrum Ference, Dread, Hokley, Roger Jammett, Rockstar, Will Tweeton, PH Demon, Vanilla Vice, and PK Biddy.
Mia Missile out there for Bear City is going to get this jam started. And that is number 302 Easy Break Oven out there for Calgary.
So, nice scrum start. Pack starting to spread out a little bit as it enters turn number 1. And Bear City losing the first player to the penalty box. That's Amazon.
All the way up in turn 2, Bear City is pushing that pack. Cut track being called. And that is going to go against Calgary. Easy Break Oven having a seat. And Bear City with lead jammer. They are in a power jam.
Mia Missile trying to break up the front end of this Calgary wall. Busts through, puts up the first 5 points of the game.
Full contingency of blockers out there for Calgary. Bear City is sitting right now at 3 as their jammer engages. Mia Missile getting pushed out of bounds in turn 3 and has got to go back.
Bear City walling up in the back of the pack, second straightaway.
Just like that, Mia Missile got pushed out of bounds, a little bit out of play. So that is going to be another penalty going for Calgary. Ruthless Red's going to have a seat, and we also got another penalty. That's going to go against 190 for Peanut Butter Panic.
Pack starting to pick up speed as it enters turn number 2. Mia Missile calls the jam. Nice last-minute effort there, though, by Easy Break Oven.
4 more points put up there for Bear City. They are right now sitting on 14-0 to get this game started.
I can hear the drum all the way from Berlin.
Well, down there on the line, it looks like we've got 934 Hillary Boswell, and I believe that is Jane Van Payne joining her.
It is. So, yeah, tough start here.
Yeah, 3-on-3 in the blocker war. Hillary Boswell up the outside line, just literally pushed someone off their feet. A little bit of leverage there, and that's going to make her the lead jammer.
Jane Van Payne still stuck in the pack on the initial pass. This Calgary defense is just giving her all the business.
Quick 5 points being picked up by Calgary as they are getting on the board. And finally, Jane Van Payne out of the pack on her initial.
Pack simmers down in turn 1. Not even on their first rotation yet, King, but very feisty on both ends of the spectrum as far as defense is going versus offense.
2 points being picked up for Bear City. That is going to bring them up to 16 points. 9 points put on the board for Calgary as they finally crack the seal and get some points on the board. And it does look like Ruthless Red again having a seat in the penalty box. She picked up a late penalty there. So that's going to put Calgary once again down short-staffed to get this jam started. Haley Havoc down there with a star on her helmet for Calgary, and that is 180 Miss Sofia.
Miss Sophie with the recycle. Slowly get into the front of the pack. Lead jammer is declared, and this is a power jam situation, King.
Well, yeah, that was a quick cut picked up on Harley Havoc. And so that is it. Definitely going to give up another power jam to Bear City.
Interesting role that the defense is playing here for Bear City. They almost look like they were about to sweep from the inside, but then they walled right back up. Nice slow like slant on the straightaway. Interesting.
Oh, and a cut track. That is on Bear City's jammer. So we're going to have a jammer do-si-do as Miss Sophie has a seat.
So this jam will go the full distance. Pack starting to pick up a little bit of speed here. Harley on the initial completed.
Bear City lining up their line all up front. Ooh, a nice move, though, by Calgary's jammer to get out of that pack. Harley Havoc picking up an easy 5 points.
So L in. Full strength, both sides.
Wow, Harley Havoc making short work of this Bear City wall. They cannot seem to get together to stop that jammer. Another easy 5 points put on the board.
And they were late to get together, too, to wall up to receive Harley. But they're doing a good job so far.
Miss Sophie also picking up a 5 points pass and another 4 to match it. That's 9 points now in this jam for Miss Sophie.
Harley just trying to find some sort of room. But Bear City is just not letting up.
Yeah, I think they heard me talking about their wall because, yeah, they have definitely locked down their defense and made it horribly hectic. Harley Havoc picking up 4 more points in that jam, 3 going to Bear City. And that was a high-scoring jam for both of these teams. We've got a score of 28-23. Bazinga on the line going up against, well, my eyes are deceiving me. Oh, that's Mia Missile.
Mia Missile trying to find that outside lane. Duking it out with one more blocker from Calgary. Does it is the lead jammer.
Very tight pack at the top of the apex. Mia Missile coming in, engaging that wall, shaking everything up. And with that, Calgary's jammer is out of the pack. Bazinga is out. They wisely call this jam dead after picking up 5 points. I'd like to tell everybody to use hashtag BigO2018 in all your tournament posts this weekend as the official hashtag of the tournament this year. Once again, that is hashtag BigO2018.
All right, Jane Van Payne on the jam line going against Easy Break Oven. Pack advantage for Bear City.
Oh, Easy Break Oven looks like she's got an opening there. Oh, and another penalty. That is a forearm called this time on Easy Break Oven. And now Bear City again in a power jam.
Jane Van Payne with the lead jammer status. Pack simmers down between turns 1 and 2. Passive offense on Bear City. Bear City moves for the sweep on the inside lane. Opens up very nicely. A nice grand slam for Bear City.
That was textbook offense right there. They lined up on that inside lane. Jammer hit to the out. They all swept in, made an open lane on the inside, and that jammer's free to go.
It's almost like they planned it.
Yeah, you know, sometimes teams practice that kind of stuff.
It looks like they try to attempt it here also in turn 3. A little bit more messy. The pack breaking apart. Calgary starting to get in there a little bit.
5 more points picked up on that pass for Bear City. We've got a star pass. Macklash now with the star, about to slap that on her helmet. And this depleted pack for Bear City made it very easy for Macklash to get around and pick up 4 points on that pass.
Master Blaster about to come out of the penalty bin. Peanut Butter Panic also sitting in the penalty box with Bear City, again with the penalty trouble here.
Yeah, and you know, having that big of a, I should say, that much speed in your favor in that straightaway does make it very easy for a jammer to get around those type of players when you're that far depleted.
Absolutely. We're getting an official timeout. If you're looking for more Big O updates, make sure you check out on Facebook, The Big O, or you can check out their Instagram, Big O Social Media. Plenty of areas to check out.
And if you're in town, we've got a lot of cool sponsors. We also got a really great pavilion village down here with a lot of our great sponsors selling their wares. So stop on by, say hi to all of them, and get some good gear while you're here.
So many options.
There really is so many options. So right now down on the line, Hillary Boswell, second time out there today, will be going up against Miss Sophie. Penalty box has been cleared, so all 4 blockers from both teams will be on the track to get this next jam started. We do have a score of 47-32. And as it stands right now, Bear City has come out very, very strong, and I think they've had a couple of benefit, I should say, of a couple power jams that they have racked up those bonus points with.
Oh, and just as you mentioned, the empty penalty box, they adjust. Zoe Duncan is in the penalty box for Calgary.
And that happens.
Yeah.
They like to prove me wrong once again.
It's an announcer curse.
And this jam is on. Miss Sophie comes up against that 3-wall, trying to work around the outsides, continually getting stuck in the middle. Excellent lateral work being played by Calgary.
Hillary Boswell started off with a little bit of offensive maneuver against the opposing jammer.
Yeah, a lot of times they do that so they can push them in a general direction that they want them to go to, feed them into their line more or less. It's really smart derby to basically direct that opposing jammer to where you want them to go. You don't want them to free roam. Yeah,
right.
roam out there wherever they want to go.
And it seems to pay off. All 2018, I've noticed that is the trend.
Yep, hit right off the line.
Yep.
Make them go to where you want them to go. Hillary Boswell was your lead jammer, comes in, engages that pack, picks up a couple points. Looks like 3 for her effort out there. And that's what they got to do, is chip back away to climb themselves back in the game. Down on the line with stars on their helmets, you're going to see Harley Havoc once again going up against Mia Missile. Mia Missile, third time on the line today.
Calgary missing Renault in the penalty box. Beer City at full strength. Jam is underway. Mia Missile pushing the pace of the pack up at the front. Mia Missile is your lead jammer for Bear City.
Well, Bear City right now, they are just going back and forth. They finally got a little bit of offense from Calgary, and it did open things up. They did a star pass. Calgary now out front with the star and does get knocked out of bounds at turn 2.
Nice 5-pointer there for Mia Missile. Preacher Slaughter doing an excellent job to slow down Mia Missile just for a few moments, allowing the penalty box to empty.
Bear City doing a great work recycling. They did get back up there, but finally engages out of the pack, and as soon as she puts a star on her helmet, the jam is called off.
So it seems like the pace is starting to pick up on both sides.
Yeah, well, I can definitely tell you that the pack speed is moving a little bit faster.
Yeah.
I also think they've settled down. A lot of times when you'll see people settle down, you'll see the stronger walls. They get back to where they need to be. Always seems to take about 3 or 4 jams, though, to get everybody to get them jitters out of their system.
Score now 56-35 in favor of Berlin.
Jane Van Payne got the star on for Berlin. And as I say that, she is out. Lead jammer gets knocked out of bounds and does come back in. Interesting. Oh, because of the low block. There we go. That's the penalty I was missing.
And that low block, courtesy of Ruthless Red. Wow, what a quick jam that was.
That was a very quick jam. Calgary came in very, very hot, tried to do a shake and break to pick up those points right before the end of that. But 3 points were picked up and called off before she could get anything on the board for herself.
So pretty even as far as penalties are concerned. We're looking at, I want to say 6 apiece. 6 penalties apiece per team. So it seems like it's been rotating quite a bit. But when you look at the numbers, it doesn't seem that it's pretty low. All right, jam is underway.
Yep, Easy Break Oven having a tough time in the back. Takes that cap off and is looking for the pivot. Preacher Slaughter to take it from her.
Miss Sophie making quick work of the track.
Oh, that's nice. Out in turn 2, picking up 5 points. Easy Break Oven still stuck in turn 1, trying to find the light of day. Ruthless recycling being played right now by Bear City.
Well, it is Oregon. Oh, and the penalty. Back block penalty
Oh, that's too bad.
on Miss Sophie. So power jam situation now for Calgary.
Well, she did come in there with quite a bit of head of steam going into that. Sometimes that is in your benefit, and sometimes you can get the penalty from it.
Well, Calgary then uses this opportunity for a star pass. Jammer of record is Preacher Slaughter.
We will go the full 2 minutes. Nice little bounce on the outside to pick up those 5 points. You got to cover your edges like that.
A nice work here by Preacher Slaughter, going directly into like jammer mode, gets stealthy, low to the ground, picking up speed.
Now this is interesting. You know, a lot of times when you see the offense coming, they will come from one side or the other, and the jammer knows to hit the opposite end of that pack.
Right.
They were lined up in the middle, and I don't think it quite. I would like to see that executed a few more times.
That would be an instant replay moment for sure.
Yeah. It might have worked really well, but their jammer got knocked out of bounds immediately, so it kind of like scrubbed that offense.
Preacher Slaughter meeting a 3-wall here. Bear City just doing damage on the clock here.
Yep. Miss Sophie back out after serving that penalty. Jumps again, picks up another 5 points. Time does tick off the clock. 3 more points put up by Calgary, and we've got a score of 74-48 so far in this game. Bear City right now sitting on top, but as you know, in the game of Derby, 20-some points is nothing unsurmountable. So Calgary right now definitely in striking distance. They're going to put Hillary Boswell out there with a star on her helmet for Calgary. And that's Mia Missile out there for Bear City.
Renault in the penalty box. Under 10 seconds to go. And just like that, Calgary getting a lead jammer status. First one in a while. Mia Missile pointing out to the fact Hillary Boswell has lead jammer.
Well, it's a foot race to the back of the pack, as Boswell will not let Mia Missile around, but as soon as she tries to shake and bake to get through, Mia Missile is out on the inside line, picking up 4 points.
Hillary is swallowed whole by the Bear City defense. Pack simmers down in turn number 2. Mia Missile attempts the apex jump. Is hit out of play.
And there will be a penalty. That is going to be on Engage.
So Bear City taking the back of the pack now. A little passive offense again. Walling up now.
And this jam does come to an end. No points picked up by either team on that last little bit.
Brings your score now 83-52.
Yeah, Bear City put up 9 points in that last jam. Calgary could only put up 4. And that's kind of been the tale of the tape. Calgary's been successful at getting through the pack, but Bear City seems to get more passes and Yeah, they're just a little bit more effective. Wow!
That lane was wide open.
You've got to cover that inside
oh
lane.
my goodness.
Yeah.
That was, when they look back at that, that'll be. Hey.
Yep. Jane Van Payne saw that opening, and that I'm telling you, could have drove my truck through that.
That was
Wow, all
nice
that.
opportunity.
Yeah, all that in 1 point. I figured there would be a little bit more out of that, but 1 point is better than no points.
Well, definitely pushing the pace was Macklash. So, kudos to Macklash on that.
Bazinga on the line for Calgary, and she will be going up against Miss Sophie. Wow, that's a great. What they do is they're dropping back on that jammer as soon as the whistle blows. I mean, honestly, they're going about 5 feet back and sitting on that jammer as soon as they can. And that scrubs any chance of that speed, and as soon as the jammer basically tries to move right to left, they're right on her lap, basically, not letting her get away.
It's a nice strategy. It's working out well for them. Bear City doing an excellent job recycling their defensive walls. See how many points apiece. None for Calgary. Oh, and a backlog penalty, I believe. The very last moment there for Bear City.
And we do have a Calgary player down right now. A couple folks are out there checking everything out, hoping everything is okay. We never like to see skaters down, ever.
The EMT staff. It's
Yeah.
been amazing all weekend. I know it's Friday only, but they've really been on top of it so far.
So far in this game, I've been really impressed with Bear City's defense. They both teams have played very good defense, but I think Bear City and they're very aggressive, especially in their lateral movement. They're very quick and organized as a team. They've seemed to move together very well. Whenever the jammer does get out or starts to run away, they're very quick to recycle and start planting new skaters on top of that jammer and then reforming around it.
And what's nice about it too is that they're quick to do it, but they're not hectic. They're very strategic in where their movements are going. So it's coming together really well as far as their walls and recycling and constant repeating back and forth of that.
Right. Well, we do have a score of 84-52 in the first half. They are attending to a skater down on the track. Looks like she does have some form of an ankle injury, and we wish her the best. This is the worst-case scenario when you practice and work all this time, and have to have a seat and get helped off the track. Good news is I do see her moving that foot around and everything. I think the EMTs are just being precautionary, taking a check on it, make sure that there's nothing major happening with that ankle.
Good call.
Yep. Well, as all things are, as we get started in this next jam, Miss Sophie is sitting in the penalty box. And so the Calgary team will start in a power jam. I do see it looks like Easy Break Oven is probably going to be the jammer of note. No one has taken the track, of course.
And just reminding you to use the hashtag Big O 2018 in all your tournament posts this weekend. And tickets for the 2018 International WFTDA playoffs go on sale June 2018. So get all the ticket information at WFTDA.com/tickets.
And yes, Easy Break Oven is out there on the line with the jammer cap on. Bear City's going to start out there with all of their blockers. No pack is called. Wow, that is Calgary ran all the way back, and they are going to assess a penalty. What an interesting play. You're basically going to pick up a penalty to get your jammer out free.
The sacrifice is real.
Yeah, okay. Something different I was not expecting.
That was Kiki Tiki Bang Bang head to the penalty box.
So you force the out of play. You get your jammer to lead jammer in a power jam. And Miss Sophie just jumps through after serving her penalty to get out on her initial. And with that, 5 points being picked up by Miss Sophie.
Calling off the jam, easy break oven. Pack was simmering anyway in turn number 3. 5 more points picked up by Calgary.
All right, so Calgary did get 10 points on that play. Bear City picked up 5. Interesting. Yeah.
I concur with that statement.
I'm still. I'm gonna think about that one for a minute.
Let that marinate a little bit.
Yep, moving right along. Hillary Boswell is your jammer for Calgary out there and is going up against Mia Missile.
Hillary Boswell.
Hillary Boswell getting a forearm penalty.
Yeah,
that's going to be a power jam now for Bear City. And I believe a forearm penalty will be picked up on a Bear City player.
Mia Missile is your lead jammer. Bear City taking the back of the pack. Some movement from offense.
Catherine Beater-Bones was the one receiving that forearm penalty for Berlin. Another 5 points being put up for Bear City.
Calgary rotating on the penalty box. For a second, I was a little thrown off by...
I thought she was going to have a seat on her.
Yeah.
And another penalty being picked up. This one is going to be for Harley Havoc having a seat in the penalty box. So this jam comes to an end. 4 more points put up on the board for Bear City. They are going to go out there with all 5 players, and Calgary taking the track with only 2 blockers and a jammer.
Smart call-off timing, too. Gives Bear City a little bit of more time to establish lead jammer status.
14 points being picked up by Bear City in that last jam. We do got a score of 108-62 with just under 10 minutes left in this first half. Oh, and yep, that is a penalty right there. Macklash, picking up a cut track. Did not cede position after she was out of bounds.
So yeah, Calgary owning the penalty box at this point. Lead jammer status awarded to Bear City. Jane Van Payne slowly just using the clock as the 6th player out there for Bear City. Kiki Tiki Bang Bang trying to slow down Jean Van Payne. Nice assist there, courtesy of Master Blaster.
Very slow wall. Finally, Calgary seems to have their wheels under them. They are doing a nice job with Jane Van Payne. Wow.
Nice stability there.
Yeah, that was kind of a very Matrix move to get right on through on that other side.
Oh no, another high block situation called a Macklash. So Macklash will head back to the penalty box. This is not what Calgary needed at this point.
That's too bad. Yeah, Calgary was doing, had an opportunity to get back out there. Now they're going to let Bear City once again start in a power jam. Bear City picks up another 3 points on that. That's 13 in that jam. 116-62. Calgary, they're having some struggles right now, putting some points on the board and stopping Bear City.
So really what the story is now is just penalty trouble. And they're at the worst moments, too, for Calgary.
Right.
I mean, not that any penalty is at a good time, but just in those pivotal roles of either lead jammer or momentum shifts.
And with that, bouncing out is Miss Sophie as your lead jammer.
Coming back into play, Harley Havoc.
Oh, and they've got a player in the back. Out of play is called. Miss Sophie is through, picking up 5 points. That was a great pickup. They saw that blocker coming out of the penalty box. Very heads-up play. As soon as they enveloped her into that wall, grabbed their goat, and, yeah, Pack is in back.
Beer City's super aware.
Yeah.
They're super aware on the track.
Very, very impressed with their blockers.
Yes. 4 more points on the board for the Bombshells.
And with that, number 180, Miss Sophie comes around. Still trying to bounce. Yep, there it is. Bounced around and out of the pack. Picks it up another 5 points. Kiki Tiki Bang Bang picking up another penalty. Will have a seat in the penalty box.
Backlash out of the pack, now eligible to score. So aware there as well.
4 more points. Yep, 4 more points being put up by Bear City. That was a good call off as the opposing jammer was coming around on a scoring pass. They've got 18 on the board right now, and they held them to 0.
Very nice. Bear City really flexing here.
Yeah, they picked up their momentum. It was probably about 12 minutes left in the first half, and they have just been going nonstop. They're continuing that momentum and scoring.
It's Mia Missile for Bear City, pushing the pace up front.
Multiplayer block that is going to be called on Master Blaster.
Oh, Bazinga right up the inside lane. Picks up lead jammer status for Calgary.
Yep, so she skates by the bench. She gets some instructions. Wow, what a great move. She just kind of did a little juke to the inside line and is out. Bazinga picking up a full 5 points.
Momentum shifting here a little bit. Bear City now running into a little bit of penalty trouble. Mia Missile puts up 4. Bazinga checking the bench.
Picked up 5 points on that pass. And here comes some offense from Bear City. Yep, and
what a nice swivel move there.
Yeah. Great job staying inbounds, and also a great job from the offense getting their jammer out.
So Calgary okay with letting the clock run a little bit here.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make the gamble of scoring more points and relying on their defense, but I think in this case, Calgary 13-11, so they did actually outscore them by 2 points in that jam. So in that case, it did pan out for them. We've got a score right now, 145-75, with time ticking off in this first half. Timeout coming from Calgary. You were going to see Easy Break Oven on the line, and they were going to be going up against Jane Van Payne.
So Renault sitting at 5 penalties right now. The only major, I guess the only major issue here for Calgary. I think the highest penalty ranking player for Berlin is Peanut Butter Panic with 3.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're going to see all 4 blockers out there once again for Bear City. You got 1 player down, as you have already mentioned, for Calgary. And I think this is a good timeout. I might have taken this timeout a little bit sooner to try and rally the troops, calm everybody down, and get them back on the same page as they were when they first walked in the building here. Berlin has come out and played extremely strong in the last, say, 10 minutes of this half, and really has racked up a higher score that I think in Calgary I don't think was quite ready for what just happened on the track. Easy break oven working laterally, trying to get around that wall, but every move they make, Bear City seems to match.
So all in, full strength here. Pack starting to pick up a little bit more speed.
5 points being put on the board for Jane Van Payne.
Jane finding that outside lane. Meets a wall of Calgary. One more to go. Beats her and gets 5 more points on the board.
And we do have a star pass on the track. And that is number 12, Ruthless Red for Calgary.
Nice call off.
Yeah.
Shuts out Calgary right there.
Once again, yeah, they have put up 10 points and another goose egg for Calgary. So again, we're going to see Hillary Boswell on the line for Calgary going up against Miss Sophie.
All right, scrum start. Quick move. Bear City swarming up towards the front. Lead jammer, though, awarded to Calgary.
Boy, did they need that.
Oh, yes.
And here we go. There's another penalty being called on another Bear City skater. So they're 2 down in their blocker wall. And that's going to make it very easily for Hillary
nice.
Boswell to get around. Now, I can appreciate that Calgary wants to continue rolling with this, but they didn't have their line set when that jammer came in. Yes,
No.
Bear City was playing offense on them, but you got to really lock that down and be ready for it.
And what's interesting, too, is Bear City has only 2 blockers on the track, but those 2 blockers were forcing Calgary to go a little bit quicker around the track. So it's interesting that, Calgary's letting them set the pace. Oh, no.
And that was a back block call being called on Hillary Boswell. And so that is, that is going to be, a power jam that is going to be short-lived for Bear City. As a forearm call now is going to sit down Miss Sophie.
Coach is unhappy.
Yeah, both of them. Look at them. Daniel's over there staring.
Yikes.
Yep.
All right. Well, jammer do-si-do.
Hillary Boswell is now out of the pack, picking up another 5 points.
Miss Sophie struggling with that Triforce up at front. Hillary Boswell picks up a track cut penalty. Oy vey. That's our 3rd penalty. Master Blaster coming in.
Mm-hmm. And just like,
penalty.
yep, and just like that, Miss Sophie is back out of the pack, picking up 5 points. No more points picked up by Calgary at the end of it. 13-9 is the spread in that jam. Calgary picking up 13-9 for Bear City. We got a score of 166 to 88. And there's going to be a timeout on the track. And a very stressed out ref from a very stressed out coach from Calgary is going out to talk to the ref. He's pleading his case out there. I don't believe he's calling an official review, but he's like, hey, this is what I'm seeing, and I don't think I'm seeing the same thing you are.
Yeah. Interesting discussion.
Mm-hmm. Very animated.
Yes. And also interesting that he didn't call an official review. Because you're stopping the clock, 3 seconds left. Might as well just call the official review.
Right.
Use it for timeout.
Now, from my vantage point, this is not anything. This is just a speculation.
Mm-hmm.
That last, where the back block was picked up by their jammer, it almost kind of maybe looked like maybe it should have been a no call. Now, that's just my speculation. I am not the ref. I am not in the corner, and I am not looking at that play. I have a feeling that is kind of what he is probably discussing with him about some of that play. I was expecting either a no call or, maybe her to get escorted out of bounds. But, that back block was a little surprising to me.
Indeed. All right, back to the action on the track. Bear City doing their, rotating back behind turn 4. Lead jammer awarded to Mia Missile. power start nicely played. Bear City walling up.
Yeah, Mia Missile right now stuck behind Calgary. They have got their wheels under them now and are playing some very strong defense, dropping bridges as they go.
Hillary Boswell comes out of the penalty box holding the star, and rightfully so passes it.
Murnau picking up a penalty, will have a seat in the penalty box.
That is her 6th penalty. That's interesting.
She's got the cap.
Very interesting there by number 12 Calgary, Ruthless Red.
Yep. Got it in her hand. I kept expecting her to throw it down, but I think she was going to try and hand it back to her jammer, who, of course, is now in the penalty box without the cap.
Very interesting overall momentum shift here for Calgary.
Once again, personal preference. I probably would have dropped it someplace outside of the
track.
Well, outside of the pack, so it would have been easier for that jammer to recover the cap. Hillary Boswell, though, does get it and calls this, or excuse, I should say, the Bear City jammer did call off this jam, so this comes to an end.
It was interesting, too, going back and forth, trying to, play a little defense against me, a missile there.
20 points in that last jam picked up by Bear City. They have definitely got their motors running full speed. Right now they got a score of 186 to 88. Bear City over Calgary. I am very impressed right now with the defense that Bear City is playing and their game overall. Their awareness, their mobility, their recycling. Their defense is really doing it.
They are on it.
Yeah.
And, and Calgary's kind of opening the door here. A lot of penalty trouble and just track awareness not being fully focused on that. But you know what? We'll see what happens in the second half. Right now you're going to see Denver warming up and a VRDL taken to the track.
Now that's going to be an exciting game.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
That'll start at 8 p.m. Pacific time.
All right. Well, folks, you got a few minutes to go grab yourself a beer and a bite to eat. We've got about 9 minutes before we come back.
Welcome back.
Well, hello, everybody, and we are back. We've had ourselves quite the game. Once again, if you're just joining us, Bear City and Calgary is who is playing right here on track 1 of the Big O in Eugene, Oregon. This is day 1, of course, and Bear City came out. Calgary, both of them playing a very strong game, and out of nowhere, Bear City in the last 10 minutes turned up everything to 11. And as you can see by the score, we've got a score of 186 to 88 as this jam gets underway, and it looks like they are starting off right where they left off. Mia Missile is your jammer for Bear City. She came out instantaneously as lead jammer.
Yeah, so penalty box is open for business, apparently. Calgary already sending someone to the penalty box. That's number 44. Engage. Jam is dead. I'm Chloroform Cupcake, by the way.
I'm the king.
Yeah. Thank you for coming back. Bear City is in a burgundy color, and Calgary is skating in a blue color.
Yeah, and down on the line, once again, you're going to see Jane Van Payne for Bear City going up against Evie. Easy Break Oven.
Pack advantage at Bear City. Pack picking up a lot of speed here, very loose on both ends.
Yeah, that hard locked up defense, we are not seeing it right in this jam. Jane Van Payne is your lead jammer. In hot pursuit, though, is Easy Break Oven, and this is going to be a photo finish. Oh, she called it skating out of bounds, and I'm almost curious. Yeah, yep, whistle was not blown in time. I think she was just trying to pick up a point or two, yeah.
Coach definitely having words about that.
I was just going to say, I was trying to think of the words I wanted to use,
Yes.
but yeah, Daniel from Bear City out there discussing the problem with not blowing that off in time with the refs.
Yeah.
They're going to reel it in real quick and have a chat with everybody. Oh, and yes, I did think that I heard a whistle blown. I did see Jane Van Payne just report to the penalty box, and so that might have been why this jam was called off late, or maybe it shouldn't have been called off at all.
Mm-hmm. So right now, sitting on penalties, Renault sitting at 6 penalties on Calgary. That's the highest we have there. And then on the Bear City side, 5 penalties on Master Blaster. So
Yeah, they did that thing again. All right, they're in a power jam, and they pushed it out of play. This time, Calgary did not get a penalty. And actually, number 190 from Bear City, that is, Peanut Butter Panic picked up that penalty.
Miss Sophie sitting at 5 penalties as well. So starting to get into some penalty trouble here as far as jammers and pivots.
Bazinga through. That is second scoring pass, picking up another 5 points, 10 in all.
Ruthless Red holding it down in the front for Calgary, really slowing down the momentum shift here for Bear City.
Bazinga, another 4 points. That's now 14 for Calgary. This is exactly what they need right now. They need to get some momentum shifting back into their area.
Whatever they said at halftime, it's obviously working.
Yeah.
They're feeling a little bit more of the momentum shift.
Bazinga again through another 4 points. Back around so quickly. Woo! And there's a big old hit right there. That's coming off the back of Hannah Satana.
Catherine Beerbones out of the penalty box now, all together, full strength. Apex jump attempted. But we do have a penalty called on number 44. Let's engage. This will be her 3rd.
5 more points put on the board. That is going to be from Master Blaster. And this jam does come to an end. 4 more points put up by Calgary, and that might be their biggest jam of the day so far. It looks like 22 points, and they have now broke the century mark there at 114-199.
Nice scoring run there.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Hit This. Hit This Derby gear has everything you need to get rolling, from skates to protective gear, an unmatched service for all of your derby needs. Before you hit the track, hit this.
All right, Miss Sophie is getting knocked out of bounds by Calgary's jammer. I believe that is Hillary Boswell, unless my eyes do deceive me. Knocked her out and drug her back. I think she's looking to get all of her players back on the track.
Yeah, using the clock as the 6th player right now, trying to allow Engaged to exit the penalty box. And I like how Miss Sophie's just not going to play that game.
She's like, nope, ain't having it. And that was kind of good. Miss Sophie just waited till they called the out of play and then hit the back of that wall like everything. Wow! And a penalty is being picked up. That is going to go against Peanut Butter Panic once again.
It's a forearm penalty, and that is her 5th. And unfortunately, another forearm penalty. Oh.
And we now have a power jam situation once again. Miss Sophie is sitting in the penalty box with another power jam opportunity for Hillary Boswell.
That's her 6th penalty. So it'll be interesting to see how she plays the rest of this game.
Interesting.
Yes. So Bear City taking the front of the pack. Calgary coming in for the sweep, trying to push forward that pace. You know, it wasn't as effective. You know, they moved the pack forward a little bit there, but didn't open up too many holes. Bear City locking it down up at the front.
Here comes a very quick, but not quite as effective group of offense.
Missovi back in play.
Peanut Butter Panic taking out Hillary Boswell, and that is going to be a forearm penalty, and that is going to be the 6th on Peanut Butter Panic. And she just got 3 quick ones. Bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang.
Saving it to the end.
They got a lot of derby to play, and
Yeah, very interesting
yeah, well,
strategy there.
now another 14 points put up by Calgary, so we've got a score of 199 to 128.
This is definitely a game you can't count out. Something's changed here with Calgary.
Well, they, obviously the good coaching, go back and have a little discussion with everybody and say, hey, what do we got to do here? Timeout's called. I think that's a smart move by Daniel.
Yeah, trying to ice them a little bit.
Yeah, let's go have a little conversation about what's happening here and get everybody back on pace. They had, like I said, they had come in the game strong. They ended that half extremely strong, and so now Bear wants to reel it back in. They've had a bunch of points scored on them in the last, about 36 points I think scored in the last like 2 jams. So it's a good time to reel everybody in and get them back going the direction that you were at the end of that half.
And what's interesting is that Calgary had penalty trouble in the first half, but they spread out their penalties with their whole team.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're looking at in the second half, the Bombshells, they're hitting all of their high penalties on their jammers.
Right.
So this is going to be very interesting to see how the second half, if they can continue the momentum for Calgary, and if Bear City continues the trend of penalties for their jammers, I think this game could be a real contender as far as tying it up.
Right. I'm pretty surprised right now that, Master Blaster came out in the last couple jams, 5 penalties now, or I should say she's up to 5 penalties now for the game.
Yeah.
And you now have Miss Sophie at 6, and now you've got Peanut Butter Panic at 6. The rest of the team is doing okay, but it's kind of shocking that they've just gone on this flurry of penalties.
Oh, and just as we're talking about it, jammer penalties. Easy Break Oven back to the penalty box.
Yep, and Easy Break Oven is being joined by Maclash.
Nice 5-pointer on the board there.
Yeah,
By Mia Missile.
Yep, Mia Missile out there doing what she does. That's beautiful. Hit that 2-wall, pushed him towards the outside line, then took the inside line, using that extra space in the corner to get out of that pack.
So Bear City being very passive here, allowing Mia to push forward on her own, puts up 5 points for Bear City. Bear City answering back those first few jams against Calgary here.
Wow, that was another great move right there. She managed to get around that player in the back and then attacked the brace in that. And of course, you've got to drop your bridge, where you're holding on, and it made it very easy to get through. All you had to do was pass that one player.
Easy Break Oven with the star stash. Almost looks like a start pass was about to happen, but took that inside lane since it was nice, wide open. 3 more points on the board for Bear City. Calgary shut out.
Yeah, that's 22 points altogether in that jam. So that was a great timeout. That's what you do as a coach. You see that, oh, look at this mess. Let's fix this.
Yes.
Yeah, we just went down 36-0 in 2 jams. Let's reel it in, guys. Okay, we're back. 22 points.
Official review requested by Calgary. We're interested to see in what this could be about. So we'll let them discuss that.
Yeah. Well, while they're down there discussing that, the social media team is working feverishly all weekend to bring you live tweets and Facebook coverage throughout the event. So, if you got anything fun to say, go ahead and check it out. You can also use the hashtag Big O 2018 for all of your tournament posts, and we can also check it out. You know, we also had a little thing we were talking about earlier where we were looking to see pictures of your cats and dogs. You know, the Derby community, we're a bunch of goofballs, and we love to see people's pets, especially the cute ones. So, yeah, if you got some cool pictures you want to post, please, we would love to see your pets.
My favorites are when they're in front of the TV watching
Yeah.
the feed or something like that. That's classic.
Right.
Okay, we're going to take it down to the floor. Did he?
No, the refs are still chatting about it right now. I think, you know, the coaches are all checking in with their team and, you know, just kind of discussing things.
I apologize. I didn't hear it on the
I was talking about
monitors.
dogs and cats.
Well, no, I thought the head ref had the mic for a moment. We will try to find what's going on there.
They're giving big props while we're waiting for play to get back underway to our fabulous DJs we have down here. They keep the music going for the entire event, all 3 days, every hour that we're here. And right now, Daniel Slay Lewis is our DJ on the tracks. I know DJ Agent Meow also is down here this weekend, and
Yes.
it really sets the tone. It's a really fun atmosphere. If you have not ever made it out to the Big O right here in Eugene, it is a fun experience.
Mark it on your calendars for next year.
That's
You
right.
have to check it out.
3 tracks of the top derby in the area. Excuse me, from all around the world, but yeah, it's right here in this area.
This is where I saw VRDL for the first time.
Oh, yeah. Was it them beating up
Stateside.
on Wheels of Justice?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
You know, Wheels of Justice, you know, 2-time world champion, and their last 3 losses were to VRDL.
Oh, man. And then just seeing VRDL with Denver later today, that's going to be sparkly and fun.
Yeah, our next game, VRDL taking on Denver.
So-
And that I'm very interested to see the, you know, now that a couple things have changed with VRDL. They've lost some players. I'd like to see what they've got going now.
I heard no forearm call requesting.
All right, so no call stands down on the track.
Yep.
Everything's going to be the way it was, and we are going to get back underway. Jane Van Payne once again down on the line, going up against Bazinga.
That means Calgary only has 1 timeout left this entire game.
Huh.
So, back to the track. Jean
All
Van
right.
Payne at the back of the pack.
And Bazinga bouncing on her toe stops around the outside of turn 1 is now your lead jammer.
Hex picking up a lot of speed. Bear City rotating to the front of the pack, trying to receive.
Beautiful.
Beautiful maneuver there.
Yep, except for you didn't get your wall back together and you had enough time to do it. And now Bear City is picking up those points.
Weaveless Red doing an excellent job against Jean Van Payne.
Yes. And it looked as if she was trying to call it off. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting move because, like we said, you know, clock is your 6th player. I guess in this instance, it's paid off.
Yep, I was sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure I understood everything that was happening down the track before I opened my mouth and started talking. Everything is continuing to go as planned. Bear City once again gets out, picks up 4 points, and 5 points being picked up by Calgary on that pass.
So they're content to let the game run. Huge hit to the back there.
What? Okay. So a penalty going against Calgary in that last jam in turn 1. And that's going to put Bazinga in the penalty box and give up a power jam. We will also be going the full 2 minutes, but there's only 15 seconds left on the clock.
That's Bazinga's first penalty of the game. It's refreshing when you get just, the one. Nice work here. Digging in is Norwegian Blue.
All right, and at the very end, a multiplayer block being picked up, and that is going to put Norwegian Blue. There you go. Having a seat. In this next jam, Miss Sophie. Oh.
That's what the discussion was.
There we go.
So Miss Sophie, we had her at 6 penalties, now at 5. They challenged the forearm, I believe.
Uh-huh. So here goes Miss Sophie. And they are, really, really letting this pack getting pushed out. They're waiting for Bazinga, who just got released from the penalty box.
Preacher Slaughter doing an excellent job holding down that inside lane against Miss Sophie.
Here comes the offense from Bear City, trying to shake something loose here. Calgary doing a really nice job staying on their jammer. Nice tracking work and playing as a team. The recycling when that offense comes is looking really good. Like I said, I think they might have had some first half, jitters, and they are playing really, really well now in the second half.
It's very accurate, and also the track awareness that we were talking about, Bear City showing off excellent track awareness. Calgary's starting to pick up on that a little bit here, so
yeah,
a little bit more evenly matched here in the second half. All right, losing at Norwegian Blue to the penalty box for Calgary.
Offense coming outside to in, then back again, and still Miss Sophie is stuck in that penalty box.
A minute, almost 30 gone. No lead jammer.
Oh, they didn't wall back up. They started playing offense to try and get their jammer free, and now they're playing that one-on-one. Miss Sophie is now out and is your lead jammer.
20 seconds to do it.
Yeah, they were a little shorthanded. They were only with 3, and I'm not sure if that offense was the best plan in that time.
Oh, unfortunately, Bazinga got in the back. Nice assist there by Zoe Duncan. 3 more points on the board for the Bombshells. That'll bring our score 144 for Calgary.
237.
Nice.
In this next jam, we're going to see Hillary Boswell once again on the line, and I believe that's Mia Missile. Now, folks, whenever I say I believe, it's because those jammers like to get nice and low, and sometimes they are obstructed from my view. And so it is Mia Missile coming out of that pack. Quickly, she is your lead jammer.
She picked up some notes from Coach as she passed the bench there. Pushing that pace. Oh, my goodness. Mia Missile trying to call off the jam, but, tapping her hips really low. It's a risky move, I think, especially when you're playing this close to the vest.
Well, once again, that jammer, Berlin's jammer, was trying to call it off, and they did not whistle it very fast, and 4 points was picked up by Calgary in that. Only 2 from Berlin, and, yeah, that coach is not happy about that.
Yeah, talking to Mia about the amount of points scored. It's tough when you take that outside lane. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, Jane Van Payne used pretty much her toe stops exclusively to get through that pack. Easy Break Oven is also the other jammer for Calgary and is out of the pack now.
Master Blaster in the penalty box. Unfortunately, that will be the 7th penalty. So Master Blaster will retire from the game. That's a descriptive word, retire, not an actual retire.
Easy Break Oven is in the penalty box again.
And Van Payne out with another 5-pointer for Bear City. Master Blaster stepping off to the side.
Yep, they will continue the rest of this jam with only 3 blockers out there. Nice push out by Max Lash in turn 4 here. And see, this is a beautiful job being worked on right now by Calgary and their defense.
Oh, I agree. An easy break oven. A nice job toe stop wise using the outside lane. Puts up 4 points for Calgary.
Another 4 points being put up for Berlin. So that was a 9-4 spread. Bear City continuing to push that lead. They are at 248, and right now Calgary at 152.
So Calgary showing up in the second half, really kind of actually thinking that we're going to change the way the atmosphere is run here, and they did. They did get it, the Bombshells on their toes for a little while there, but now Calgary, going again against the grain. What a beautiful move that was.
Well, Miss Sophie, that was the widest lane. You had to take it. You always expect someone to come jumping in there to smack you down, but no, that lane was wide open. And again, the inside line wide open in turn 1. Miss Sophie calls it off, picking up 4 points.
That was the 7th penalty for Renault. So Norwegian Blue will sit the remainder of the time. And have Mia Missile going against Hillary Boswell in the next jam. Mia Missile going right up the center, takes the toe stops to the outside lane, picks up lead jammer status.
And there is going to be a penalty on one of Bear City's players, I believe. Yeah, that's number 23, 60 Blitz, having a seat in the penalty box. Oh, and Hillary Boswell now picking up a penalty, and that is going to be a power jam benefiting Mia Missile.
That is the 5th penalty for Hillary Boswell. We're going all out.
Yeah. Well, there's a pile up in turn number 2 down there. They're going to drag that jammer back, way back, almost to the pivot line. Out of play, I believe, is about to be called. They all reform. That's a smart move right there. A lot of times you'll see that where players will get drawn way back and then the jammer runs through the entire line because you're all spread out, and that one-on-one defense is not going to work half the time.
Huge play there in turn number 2, excuse me. It was a low block on Mia Missile, so it was a huge tumble too. So
yeah,
Calgary going to enjoy this power jam situation.
That's right. Hillary Boswell gets through, picks up 3 points on that. No pass, no penalty situation happening there.
Right. Bear City taking the front of the pack. Calgary trying to make a move here offensively. Yep. Bear City is not waned just enough to get those 5 points for Calgary.
Boy, they really wanted that inside line. Calgary caught not paying attention to where that jammer was, and if the jammer was standing, that makes Mia Missile come out full head of steam. They did end up catching her, but it was pretty lucky.
Yes. 60 Blitz in the penalty box for Bear City. So nice plethora of points.
Plethora.
Yeah.
A plethora of points. 12-10. Actually, Calgary coming out on top in that last jam, scoring the 12 points over the 10 put up by Bear City. We are once again going to see Easy Break Oven going up against Jane Van Payne.
Pack advantage, Calgary. Ruthless Red throwing down the gauntlet with Jane Van Payne. Lots of whistles we're hearing now, so we're going to lose Calgary's. That's a number 51.
That was a high block call.
Yes, Harley Havoc.
Oh, and another player going down for Calgary. That's going to be put 2 blockers out there, and a third blocker, forearm call, going to be called again. Number 82, And that's Kiki Tiki Bang Bang. They're going to put her back out on the track because there's no room at the end.
I see what you did there.
Ha-ha!
Took me a moment watching the game here. You know what? Bear City actually has a little strategy with their penalty box as well. I don't know if you've noticed this, but they will, get out, when they're ready in their 10 seconds, they'll stand, but they'll go all the way over to the other team's benching area or the penalty area. And it's not an intimidating factor, but to me, I think that's a sneaky strategy because there's no rules against this yet.
No.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. I really like it.
I can get behind that. Well, Miss Sophie was once again on the line going up against Bazinga. There is going to be a blocker advantage. There's only 2 blockers out there. They're all looking for their. Where's my coach? There will once again be all 4 blockers out there for Bear City. They're going to call this timeout and discuss a few things. Make sure they are going to finish this as strong as possible. Once again, we've got a score of 267-164 in this game.
Ultimately, the story here is that Bear City came to play.
Oh, yes, they did.
Very clean in the first half. Second half, not so much, but track awareness, probably the very key to their game. Calgary did, give them a little bit of static in the second half, but Calgary then coming back with the penalties and at inopportune moments. So,
yeah, and they have really capitalized on those moments.
Yes.
Every time they've gotten anything, they take it as far as they can. And that's not saying that Calgary's they're not playing a bad game. It's just that Bear City is just really taking advantage of every opportunity given to them.
Absolutely. And they fine-tuned their awareness on the track, so it's wonderful to watch. So, Miss Sophie on the track.
Yep.
Picks up lead jammer status.
And Bazinga has just now finally gotten past the jammer line. A little bit of offense comes from Calgary. Yeah, the track awareness, there it is. They got to get back around. Finally, one of the players picks it up and tries to suck them back into a wall. Bazinga finally out of the pack on her initial pass.
Playing a little loose here with the walls. Miss Sophie going to shut it down. Double zeros on that last pass.
I think there was a last-minute
Penalty, yes.
Penalty. Yes, it is. That's going to be number 30, Zoe Duncan for Calgary, having a seat in the penalty box.
That'll be her 5th. Coach is not happy, giving words. Hey, there's a whole weekend of this coming up, so plenty of opportunities for Calgary.
Oh, yeah.
Timeout, Berlin. And they can do that because that's only their second timeout. Coach coming back to Calgary's penalty box. Last minute advice there.
Easy break oven once again going to be out on the line. Mia Missile once again going to be out there for Bear City.
The Big O is brought to you in part by the acclaimed Rydell Solaris. Solaris, the performance you demand, the comfort you've been missing. Check out Rydell. Been in the sport for quite some time. New Solaris. Changing the mold. I like it.
Rydell's been around a long time, and they put out a really good product. I've wore different boots, and I've always swore by my Rydells.
Yes.
They're the most comfortable and the best fit for my foot. I always tell everybody, everybody's foot's different. Find what works for you, but I got to swear by my Rydell's.
And on social media, when talking about their derby age, I feel like Rydell's been there from the beginning.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it just really expanded on our derby memories. So back to the track, action happening.
And just like that, out of the pack, Bear City's now got lead jammer Mia Missile looking to the bench for a little bit of advice, and then she goes into attack mode. Oh, no, a forearm penalty, and that is going to be on Hillary Boswell. That's going to be 6.
I really like these pep talks coach is showing in
Yeah.
the penalty box. Mia Missile, meanwhile,
Oh.
putting up 5.
I'm not sure that's a pep talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Calgary taking the front of the pack. Nice sweep there by Mia Missile. 5 more points. Bear City making a statement in the ending moments of this contest.
Mia Missile now up against the 3-wall. Calgary has locked it down. And very, very slow progression for Bear City.
Oh, that is a strong.
Yeah. That's how you get yourself set.
Oh, yeah. A nice offensive maneuver here by Catherine Beater Bones, trying to open it up a little bit for Mia Missile. Mia Missile slowing down just a little bit, puts up 5 though.
And that is it. Hillary Boswell's having a seat, and that will be the last seat she will need to take for this game. And after that, she'll need to go take her gear off, because that is 7 penalties.
So no more jammer for Calgary and the rest of this jam.
That's right. And, well, we've only got 8 seconds left, so depending on when she can stand, yeah, she'll go off to the side, and that's it. This jam comes to an end. 5 more points put on the board for Bear City. They are at 292. They put 20 points up in that last jam. Calgary still sitting at 164.
Starting the next jam, Amazon in the penalty box for Bear City. And it'll be Easy Break Oven serving the rest of the penalty for
Hillary
yeah.
Hillary Boswell.
Just so much commotion up here. Yeah, so jam will underway. Start with a power start situation for Jean Van Payne.
I kind of like that. They were all lined up like they were going to play offense, and then they realized the jammer standing, and they just kind of stayed there. They're like, nope, let's wall up. Easy Break Oven, though, makes short work of that wall, which has not been an easy wall all night long. Easy Break Oven's your lead jammer.
Nice swivel move. Puts up 5 points for Calgary. Star pass situation now for Bear City.
Right, and there's going to be a penalty. Norwegian Blue having a seat in the penalty box.
Hannah Satana, the jammer of record for Bear City.
5 more points being put up by Easy Break Oven. They check in with the bench and make sure, keep going. Yes, keep going. Easy Break Oven gets through, picks up 4 points. 4 more points put up for Bear City on the back of Hannah Satana.
Wow.
Well, we're down on the line. We're going to see Miss Sophie once again and Bazinga.
Pack advantage at Bear City.
And they, once again, Bear City sucks back on that jammer. They drop about 5 feet past that jammer line and sit. Right now, Bazinga has barely gone 10 feet past that jammer line and is really struggling against that wall, even with offense coming. Well, as I say that, she runs to freedom, cap in hand, and is out on her initial pass.
4 points put on the board by them, and Miss Sophie shuts it down. Yikes.
Yeah, Zoe Duncan, though, having a seat at the end of that last jam. That's going to be her 5th.
Very quiet all first half, and then boom. All right. 178 for Calgary.
And 300. They are at the 300 mark. That was 300 for Bear City.
Oh, Mia Missile finds the outside lane again. Wide open. Lead jammer status awarded Bear City.
Well, that was a really great offensive. Just one big hit on the outside opened up a very brief lane, and she just jumped on it. Excellent, excellent pack awareness for that jammer to jump through like that, find that hole and get there.
When VRDL showed up at the Big O and introduced themselves formally, then all of a sudden there were clinics from VRDL. And
Oh, yeah.
was like, yes, sign me up. Now, seeing Bear City, I'm feeling like that's kind of what's happening here. Bear City really showing some strong efforts, track awareness. We've been talking about it all night. I would like to see a clinic from them.
Oh yeah, no, I saw them the D2 playoffs 2 years ago in Michigan,
Yes.
and I was super impressed with their play then, and they have only gotten better since then, and I'm very impressed with how they're playing tonight.
Definitely making a showcase out of all their efforts here.
Speaking of which, once again, well, out of the pack is Jane Van Payne, not your lead jammer. So lead jammer is still open, or I should say is not open. Bazinga is now your lead jammer and still stuck trying to get through.
Meanwhile, Jane Van Payne picking up 5 points already. Very quick around that track. Calgary taking the front of the pack in the second straightaway. Nice assisting work here by Catherine Beater-Bones. Calgary really showcasing now a stronger wall.
Oh, well,
Someone broke.
yeah, one of the person on the inside line decided to run back and play a little bit of offense, but when they did that, pack then became the pack was established in the back.
Yes.
And so all three of those blockers that were up front kind of got left hung out to dry by the offense being played. They had a good wall set up. I think they should have stuck with it. Oh,
60 Bliss headed to the penalty box. And joining number 12, that's Ruthless Red, the jammer of record for Calgary, in the penalty box as well. So power jam situation for Bear City. Need to mention Bazinga also in the penalty box for Calgary.
yep.
Pack advantage then for Bear City.
That's only Bazinga's second penalty.
Bazinga's been playing very clean
Yeah,
and very strong.
yeah.
So Bear City walling up in the back. 2 more points on the board for Calgary.
And time has run off the clock. We do have an unofficial 3:22:184. And like I said, the refs will get out there. They will look at what they got for a score, make sure that everything has been accounted for, make sure all the penalties are done, and then move on with life. And until that happens, though, I got to say, that was a great game for Bear City. Berlin really showing their strengths. They don't have a lot of weaknesses.
None. If that. Penalty trouble maybe in the second half.
Yeah, they did run
that's-
into some penalty problems in the second
Yeah.
half. Calgary did not play a bad game. They did run into some penalty problems, and when you can't keep your players on the track, it makes it harder to defend, and it gives away free points.
Yes.
Every time that jammer passes, there it is. It's a free point. Well, we do have a final. It is 3:22:184. Bear City beating Calgary in this game for them in the Big O Friday. And what else you got?
Well, coming up next, we have Victoria taking on Denver. So that should be an amazing game. Stick around for that.
Yeah. All right, folks at home, thank you so much for joining. My name is The King, and I am joined with...
Cool from Cupcake. Thank you so much for being here with us at the Big O.
All right. We will be around all weekend long, and tune in next time.